Hi folks, you there?
Hi Ram, good morning.
Yeah, very good morning. So today we need to learn about next chapter, which is known as the basic things of the data types or objects. Okay, this is what the title. Basic data types, or you can also name it as objects. Basic data types or objects. Anything in our Python is called as object. So the first one in this one we have to go for is numbers. We are very familiar with the numbers. We have integer numbers, we have float numbers, okay, and we have here complex numbers. These are the three types of numbers what regularly we are seeing it, right? If you go for some C language or C++, exclusively we have to define this is an integer, this is a float, this is a complex, like that. Whereas in Python, you start defining it, systems will identify automatically based on the value. For example, in this line we are seeing here a underscore int is equal to 10. I said, did I define anywhere it is an integer?
Hello.
No. Now I am executing this and I am also seeing what is the value available. And to know whatever I defined is integer or not, we have a function which is known as type function. I'm using type function. Now I'm seeing here it's an integer. If you want you to define one more thing, you can go on, you can define here a number of things. For example, we are saying as x is equal to, let's say, 3. Just I defined x is equal to 3. I want to see what is the value of the x, I want to see it. So I'm trying to type here x and I'm seeing the value. It is a 3. And I want to know what is the x data type, I want to know about it. Now we are trying to see the type of x, we are trying to see it. Now it's saying as integer. In this process, you no way you defined x is a integer like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
what the intelligence came to the Python as well as R language. In Python as well as R language, both the places it automatically detects it.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. Now let us move on to the next one that is called as float data type. The moment whenever you maintain a point, then automatically system tries to identify it is a float data type. In our case, we are saying as a underscore float as 10.33, a underscore float value we are seeing, what is the data type we are seeing it. Similar to that, if you want to define your own things, if you want to define, one more example, if you want to go for here, you can go for one more example. Let's say I am saying as y is equal to 1.2, I am saying. Now, what is the value of the y I am trying to observe here? Now, we are seeing the value of the y is 1.2. And I want to know what is the type of the y I am trying to see it. It's showing as float. Now in these two examples, whatever I given a underscore float or y, in both the examples, nowhere I define it is a float.
Yes.
Right. Now let us move on to the next one, complex number data type. A underscore complex is equal to 1 plus 2j. And we are seeing the value of that one and we are observing what is the data type of that one. Similar to this example, you go and try to define one more example, you try to define. For example, I am trying to define here z is equal to, let us say, 1 plus, let us say, 10j I am defining. Here, one point you need to notice is, it is not I, it is j. In case of R language, it is I. 1 plus 10I we have to write in case of R language. But here, it is j. Now we are executing that one and we are trying to see what is the value of this z we are trying to see it. Now we are seeing the value of the z as 1 plus 10j. And what is the data type of z we are seeing? The data type of that one is it's showing as complex. It's showing as complex. Next is available the string data type. Here defining a underscore string is equal to ram. A underscore string is equal to ram. And value of a underscore string we are seeing. And type is equal to we are observing. Can you define one more example similar to this? For example, we are defining, let us say w is equal to, that is nothing but word is equal to, we are saying as Python. Then we are executing it. And I want to know what is the value in the w. And I want to know what is the type of w. Now we are able to see it is a string. In our data science, one word is also called as one token. In the NLP language, we used to call it as token. Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, next one is available Boolean data type. So, Boolean values are two values are possible. One is true, second is false. T is capital, F is capital. For example, I am trying to define here, let's say B is equal to, I am saying as false. F must be capital. B value, what is the value we are seeing it? And we are trying to understand here what is the type of B. It's saying as Boolean. And false, true are system defined keywords. It should be init cap. Python is not a loose language. Means capital and small, it won't treat same way. We have to maintain properly how to maintain. If it is capital, capital only we have to write. If it is small, small only we have to write. Got it?
Yeah.
So now you understand here 5 data types we learned in this lesson. One is called as integer data type, second is called as float data type, third is called as complex data type, fourth is called as string data type, fifth is called as Boolean data type. Okay. Now let us move on to the next one. I am trying to save this. Then let me go for next one. We have here next one, converting one data type to other data type. Converting one data type to other data type. For example, see this diagram, whatever I given, whatever diagram I given here. Let me beautify this one still. Let me go for beautification. Now, okay, it's not allowing. Let me type it. So, what are the different data types we learned as of now? One is integer, second is float, third is complex, and fourth is string, fifth is boolean. These are the 5 data types we learned about it. These are the 5 data types we learned about it. Now, there is a need maybe down the line will come. You need to translate one data type into another data type. You need to convert one data type into another data type. Right? So what I mean to say is there is no need to convert integer to integer, float to float, complex to complex, string to string, boolean to boolean. These all cases are not applicable. So I'm going to be grayed out. Those are not applicable. But remaining things are possibilities people may be expecting in some of the requirements. Some of the requirements. For example, we are going for, let us say, I want to go for conversion of integer to, okay, this is the direction I want to go, let us say, this is the direction. I mean to say, I want to convert integer to integer. That is not required actually. Integer to float. Is it possible or not possible? possible, right? So that kind of things we are trying to expect here. Let me copy this and let me edit this document also slightly. So I'm trying to edit it. From the Excel, if you are copying, the text also will be coming automatically. So I am removing the text. I am keeping only the image part I am keeping. Now this was the diagram what I got. Now I want you to fill integer to float is possible or not possible. That's what we are trying to do here, converting integer to float. I defined one thing, integer, a underscore integer is equal to 10. And also I am confirming it is integer or not. It is integer or not? It is a integer. Now I want to convert this into the float. I want to convert it. So to convert any one data type into another data type, the respective function we have to use it. What is our goal? You want to convert this into the float, right?
Yeah.
So we have to use the function is called as float. Float of a underscore int we have to tell. Then the result whatever we get it, I would like to store into some other object. I'm giving the name as, let's say we are saying this what we are doing. So same name we are giving here, a underscore into float. That is what my object name. That's what my object name. I'm converting into the float, then I'm storing over there. Then I want to see what is the value available inside this. We're seeing 10.0. And I want to know what is the type of value we have it. Now we can see what is this? Float. So we are able to successfully convert integer to float. Now we understand now converting integer to float is possible or not possible means answer is what?
Yes.
Converting integer to float, answer is possible now. That's what we are able to justify at the end. Now next question I want to go for here, converting integer to string. Is it possible? Converting integer to string. Yes, anything we can convert into the string because putting the quotes only the matter, right? So we can convert anything into the string basically. For example, above whatever we have a underscore integer, I am trying to convert here a underscore integer to string. We are trying to convert it. Is equal to the required function is str. We have to use it. If we want to convert into the float, float is available. Str means str is available. Tomorrow complex means complex is available. Boolean means Boolean is available. Got it? Now we are trying to say as a underscore integer. Then you can go and you can observe it is converted and stored over there. I would like to see what is the value available inside this one. Now you can observe the value available is 10 with the codes. And I want to see what is the type of this value, whatever it is stored here. So now you can notice here it is what is this? String. That's how we can convert integer into the string. Now can I converting integer to float? Is it to complex? Is it possible? Is it possible? Yes, possible. Let's try it. For example, we are trying to convert a underscore integer to complex. We are trying to convert it. Then we are saying as what is the function name we have to use? Complex is the function we have to use it, and we are taking the input as a underscore integer. Then we let us see what is the value holded by this. Now we can observe we are seeing 10 plus 0 j. As there is no complex part, that is automatically adding a complex part to you. Now I would like to see what is the value available inside this. So what is the data type of this one? Already we got chance to see the value. What is the data type? We are seeing it. It is a complex. Last one we have here converting integer to
Boolean.
Boolean. This is the last possibility. What you need to verify it. So we are trying to verify this. Now I am trying to convert here the given integer to Boolean. We are trying to convert it. That is equal to, we are saying as Boolean is the function, we have to use it. Boolean is the function, we have to use it. And we are giving the input as a underscore int. Now we are observing what is the value holded by this. Now the value hold is true. Except 0, remaining all things will be translated into true. In my case, a underscore integer holded what is the value? A underscore integer holded what is the value? 10. That's what that is translated into true. Okay, now if you go and try to observe here, what is the type of this one we are trying to observe? Let's say type, then a underscore integer 2, then boolean. Now we can observe it's a boolean. But in case, let us say we have here x is equal to 0, we have it. We know that is a integer, right? If you go for a type of x, if you go and try to observe the integer, I'm trying to convert a underscore x value whatever available. X we are trying to convert into boolean. We are trying to convert it, for example. Then we are using boolean of x. We are using it. It's converted. What is the value holded by x underscore boolean now?
False.
False. Yes, it is a false. And if you want to see the type of x underscore boolean, we're able to see it is a boolean. Except 0, remaining all things will be converted as true. Only 0 will be converted as false. I did here first row. Now we understand the possibility of integer to float is what? True. Integer to complex is also what?
True.
True. Now integer to string also what? True. Integer to boolean also what? True. Today we have to do in our homework, in our lab, converting float to integer, possible or not? If possible, write here true. Float to complex, float to string, float to boolean. These all remaining 16 boxes you have to fill with the either true or false. Will you try with that one? I will explain one not possible scenario. I will explain. That is, let us say converting string to integer. Is it possible? Converting string to integer. Is it possible? No. Let us go and try to understand. For example, we are saying as a underscore string is equal to, I think already we have it something. No, it's not there. Okay. Let me keep something then. I'm saying as Ram. My name I am taking. Now tell me, what is the data type of this one? Data type of this one is string. I want to know what is the value available here. We are able to see ROM. If you want particular order, we are following from that moment is we are seeing the value, then we are going for the data type. Now I want to convert this one. Let us say I want to convert this into the integer. I want to convert it. Is equal to, now we are using, to what I have to convert? Into. So we have to write here int of, we have to write it int of a underscore str. Now it's showing the error. It is expected because we don't know the ROM equivalent number is what. It is a 1, 2 or 10. We don't have answer for that, right? As a human being, we are not able to answer it. That means there is no logical way of doing this one. So it is going to throw the error. This is one of the not possible scenario. So today, end of the day, what I am expecting is out of these 20 boxes, what are how many boxes are possible, how many boxes are not possible, I want it. Will you try that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what this chapter that is called as converting one data type to other data type. We have 5 functions are available. We know now integer function, float function, complex function, string function, Boolean function. If you want to convert anything into the integer, you have to use int function. You have to convert anything into the complex, you have to use complex function. Where you want to convert it, that relevant thing we have to use here. Am I clear?
Okay.
Okay. Give me one moment. I'm sorry. Right. That's what this chapter, whatever we have it. Let us go and try to see the next one. That is reading items from objects. Reading character items from string object. Okay, I want to explain this diagram first up to certain extent, then I can go for what I want to do. What is your understanding by seeing this? Index from left to right. We are seeing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Index from right to left, we are seeing -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Is it clear? Index, how it is creating the memory location indexes? Right.
Right.
Now we created here a underscore str is equal to Python. If I want to get the first letter P, what is the index we have?
0.
So we have to write here like this. The square brackets are called as technically subscripts. This is technically called as subscript. Technically, the square brackets are called as subscripts. We are going to write that subscript, we are going to write it. Even you can read from the native direction also. It is -6 also will give the same result. If I go for the 4, what is the answer? 4 means we have here, that is woe.
0.
Woe it is. So woe we are getting it. In the negative direction means -2, we are getting the woe. Now similarly, if I want, let us say n, can you tell me what is the answer?
5 or
Yeah,
-1.
5 or 1, -1. 5 or -1. Now, let us move on to the next one that is called as slice. The next concept we have here that is called as slice. What do you mean by slice? Slice, the standard way is, one point what you have to remember here is that is called as, if you are doing the slice, start index is inclusive in result, whereas end index is exclusive in the result. Start index is included in result and end index is exclusive in result. If we want to write the slice, we are going to write the slice in the form of what is the start east, what is the end east, what is the stride. Stride means right, striding, moving how many jumps. We'll do one example so that you come to understand. So these are the 3 points what you need to know about it. Slice means we have to write the syntax is start, east, end, east, stride. Stride is optional. If you are not providing, it will take each time one jump. That means one index jump. If you provide particular, then that many indexes it is going to jump. Okay. So we can also take that point also here, one more point, that is we are saying as stride default value is 1. If you are not providing anything, then it will going to take 1, it is going to take it. Now we are going for here, a underscore str 1 to 4. Now what is the stride value I given? Start is equal to 1 I given, end is equal to 4 I given. What is the stride value I given?
1 to 3.
No, stride value. Stride is by default what? 1.
1.
Each time 1 it is going to jump. Let me keep this diagram near to you so that we can follow the chapter very easily. Let me keep this one in the below. I am keeping in this position, time being. Now see, 1 means where it is starting?
Y.
Yeah, 1 means it is starting here. That's what you given 1. 4 means where it is starting? It is starting, 4 means here it is starting. But I said start index is inclusive in result. That's what y is came into the result. End index is exclusive in the result. That's what o is not came into the result. Got it? By default, stride is 1 step it is taking. That is the reason we got here y, t, h. What happens if I go and try to give in the next example, let's say 2 to 5 I given. 2 to 5 I given. So 2 means where? 2 means t. 5 means this is what we will get it, but we won't get the fifth one, we'll get the fifth minus 1. That is 4 only will get it. So 2, 3, 4 only we got it here answer, and this is what our answer, what we have it. Now, if you really understand the meaning of the stride, if I add here one more thing, I am adding example. Let us say a underscore str. Then I am giving start from the 0. Let us say end with the, let us say 5 or 6. I am giving. Is it 6 is available?
No.
No, but still I am giving. Then I am going for stride with the 2. I am saying. Stride with the 2. Now see what we got the answer. Then what is your understanding from this? 062. 062 I given. If I give 061, if I give, we are going to get entire thing we are going to get, right?
Yeah.
Entire thing we are getting it, Python, entirely. If I give the 2, alternative characters we are getting. Alternative characters. P, T, O. Then alternative is not available, stopped over there, right?
Yeah. Can you give end 7? End index value 7?
Whatever you want it. But it will take only what is possibility value here. Whatever you given also, there is no value after the n, right?
Yes, yeah, I do.
It won't consider those things we given the more also.
Is it? Can you run that once?
Yeah, I ran it already.
Okay.
Now you can see the numbers are changing here, right? It is
Yes,
11
sir.
now. Now you can see it's 12. That means I ran it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how we can understand here. Time being, I am giving a 0 to 6. I am giving a 2. Now we understand the stride. Same philosophy you can follow for negative index also. -2 to -5. -2 to -5 means what? Start from -2. That means O. Then up to -5. -5 means this one. -5 will not take. So up to -4. So OHT, that is THO is the answer, right? Or we got differently. Right. Whenever we are writing here, one point what you have to understand is starting point is smaller value, ending point is bigger value. In the -2 and -5, which is a smaller value?
-5.
That you have to write first. Generally, sometimes people will do this kind of mistakes. So exclusively, we return that mistake here. If you write like this, it is going to write nothing. Always you have to write a smaller value first. Ending value is bigger value. Now, if you write here -5 comma 2, then we are getting here answers expected. It starts from the -5, it go up to -2, but then we will get the up to -3, right? Right. Similarly, other example also I given. You can go and you can work it out. A underscore str. Next method is available that's called as fancy method. The fancy method meaning I don't want in one systematic order. No logic. Previously we do what? I am striding by one step or I am striding by two steps. But I don't want to stride by one step or two steps. Just I want to pick here randomly some things I want it. Then I need to go for some for loop. I have to go for it. We have a number of ways to get this fancy method to get it work. But time being, I am showing you one of the example for loop. For loop syntax also you are not aware of it, so I don't want to go for much details at this point of time. What I am doing is second index value, 5 index value, I am taking it. That's it. What is second index value? T. What is the 5 index value? N. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
The T and N, only those two things I am taking here. That's it. That's what I am saying as fancy. Now tell me, in reading, how many methods we have? In reading, how many methods we have? First one is we did the only index based. Right? Second one we did that is called as slice. Third one we did that is called as fancy. So 3 methods, right? Index based, slice based, fancy based. That's it. Let us move on to the next one that's called as yeah.
Not smarter. Now you have loaded this A string as a Python. How much time it's going to be staying buffer, or it will be stored in database permanently?
It is buffer only. If I
once we close this session,
right. If I close this session, it will be stopped. Again, you have to execute it. It has to store means. Okay, right. Next one is available that's called as mutable versus immutable. Mutable versus immutable. I think we are aware of the definition of mutable. Mutable is something we can change after defined. Immutable means after defined we cannot change. I am asking the question, string items are mutable or immutable? I am also giving the answer also here, it is immutable. That means once we created, we cannot change that. List items are mutable or immutable. I didn't explain as of now what is list, but list items are mutable or immutable means answer is it is immutable. Let us see, I defined here a underscore str is equal to Python. I am reading first P, a underscore str is equal to 0. That is P, we got it. What I am trying to do in this case, I am trying to replace P with J. I am trying to replace P with J. Can I replace like that? Can I replace P with T? That is a question. Can I replace P with, sorry, not the T, P with J? We have one software that is known as Python. Did you aware of it? Python means Java plus Python. I am trying to replace here, but it's throwing an error. What is error is throwing? String object does not support item assignment. If it is not support like that, then it is called as mutable or immutable.
Immutable.
Sorry?
Immutable.
Immutable. That's true. Immutable. Now, let us go and try to see the next one. Okay. Now, let us go and try to see the A underscore list one more object I am defining. More details I'll talk later. Time being, A underscore list is equal to showing as what? 10, 20, 30, 40. Now, I am trying to show you what is the type of this one. And once you know the reading pattern, it is applicable for rest of all things also. Means today I might be explained about the string. Tomorrow it may be list, tuple, dictionary, data frame, what else not. Anyway, the reading strategy, that is index based reading, slice reading, fancy reading is same. Now whatever I am going to do here also, I am reading here, what method I am using?
Index.
Index. And what I am trying to replace here?
Index 0 is 1000.
Yeah, what I am replacing?
10 with 1000.
Yeah, exactly. Can I replace 10 with 1000? That is what our question. Now we are trying to see the answer for this. We are going for A underscore list is equal to 1000. We are going for it. Okay. Now we are seeing here 1000. It is able to replace it. Previously, A underscore list, we have here the values are, if you want, you can see the values here. Let me execute this. Then we are going for above A underscore list values, whatever we have it. Now we are seeing 10, 20, 30, 40. But here we are able to replace it. Same A underscore list is displaying now 1000. So I'm able to change the value. I'm able to change it, right?
Yeah.
That's what list object is called as mutable. String object is called as immutable. Okay, super. Now I think with this point is completed. Let us move on to the next. We have the next one that's called as list chapter. Now first one is define a list with same data types. That is the first one. The first point we have here, define a list with same data types. We know by this time 5 types of data types, right? What data types I am providing here? All are float data types. So I provide the float data types. I am also observing what is the type of this one. I am seeing the list. Define list with different data types. Define list with different data types. We learned 5 things. 5 things I am trying to define here as a miscellaneous. I am seeing here. It is also list. That means lister supports only same data types or different data types also. Anything, right? Even our regular life, what is the meaning of the list? Once I went to the home, my wife may be telling, hey, go and get this list of vegetables. But in that list, you may not have only vegetables also, you may have something else. And while you're coming, bring this thing from the retail supermarket or from the medical shop. So in the list, it may not be under one category. It may be vegetables, it may be medicine, it may be something else also, right? Even we entered into the office, the moment we entered, first job we'll do checking your Outlook. You'll check your mailbox and will write, okay, this is what the important mails, priority one, first I have to reply. Second, this is what I have to go and I have to take care about my health. I should not forget to take this so-and-so medicine. Number 3, something like that, I will be writing a list of activities today. By the end of the day, I have to complete it. In that list, you may have some professional tasks, some personal tasks, n number of things, whatever you want, you can write it, right? Something like that. List is contains anything. The meaning of anything is, today I explained only 5 data types. I kept here 5 data types, I kept it. But tomorrow I may explain the tuple, dictionary, data frame, set, n number of things. Those things also I can go and I can keep here. Okay, I think we are good. Now next one we are going for a nested list. A list inside the list is called as nested list. In our case, ROM 1000.50 is one list actually, right?
Yeah.
And Reni, and this is the one list. These two lists I kept here in one more big list, right?
Yeah.
Right. So this is called as now nested list. If I want, let's say, reading strategy, if I give the 0 with respect to what? Topmost list. That's what we got here, inner list we got it. If I am writing 0 of 1, what is the meaning? First we'll go for the 0 means this one. Within this, 1 means what? 1000.5. Is it clear? With respect to list, super list I can say, super list, what are the indexes we have? 0 and 1. This 0 meaning this total is 0. This total is what? 1. That is super list. Now I have here 2 sublists are available. Within the sublist, again this is 0, this is 1. Within the sublist, this is 0, this is 1. This is a sublist 1. Sublist 1. This is what? Sublist 2. If you understand my point, let us say if I want the value, this one, can you please help me how to get it?
1.
1. Excellent answer. Excellent answer. So let us go and try to validate it. I am going for a underscore nested list. Then first we are writing here 1. Then also we are writing here 1. Now we are able to see what we are expecting. That simply we can go and we can read it. Okay. So nested list is also possible and it's very easy to understand also. Even I am not concentrating much on the reading pattern because already we know reading pattern. What is the meaning of index? How index will be start from left to right, right to left. Those all things we know it. Okay, let's move on to the next one that is called as manipulating the list. Manipulating means you may have addition or you may have removing or you may have updating it. First we are going for adding items to the list. We are trying to add items to the list. Suppose we have here salary. Where I defined this salary? Did I define somewhere? Yeah. In the first I defined here, right? Salary is equal to, these are the values what we have. Now what I am trying to do, append I am saying. Append is one of the method. Here append is a method. Is a method of list object. Here append is a method of list object. Now we are trying to append, now that is came to the last position, right? If I want, let's say not last position, somewhere in the middle I want it. Then see this help document. If you want to see anywhere help document, we have to put here question mark, then you can see the help document. What is the syntax you have to pass? Index number, and what is the object, what is the value you have to pass it over there, right? So index is equal to what I given here, 1. What is the value I want? 1500.15. Then if I execute this, Now we are going to get here in the position of the 1, in the position of the 1, that means this is 0 position, this is the 1 position as per the indexes. As for the indexes. In the index 1, we are able to see this value, right?
Yes.
That's what the insert. Here insert also called as, here insert also called as, here insert is a method of list object. Now similarly, we are moving on to the next one, remove items from the list. If I want to remove particular item, let's say I have here 1500.15 whatever we added, 1500.15 whatever we added, we are removing it. So we are trying to delete it. Now it is deleted. After deleting, sorry, 2 times 1500.15 came.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking.
Maybe I executed twice. Okay, this also will execute twice then. So that will be removed. Got my point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So or else we'll go for from the beginning, I mean to say,
Salary.
yeah, salary defining place onwards you have to go. Let us say I'm going for salary defining. I define no salary. Now go for appending. Now we are able to append it. Now we are able to add this one in the position 1. Now we are able to see only one time. Now if you see only one time, I am able to delete it. I am able to see this one. Is it clear? We are redefining it. Next one we are seeing as update items of the list. In the 0th position, what we have 1000.5. I want 1200.25. We can go and we can update it and we're able to see that value. And as it's supporting item assignment, so list is called as what?
Mutable.
Mutable. That already we are aware of it. Now next one we have to know about is that is called as memory allocations. Memory allocations. We defined a underscore list is equal to 10, 20, 30. Then back end what will happen is this is what the list and this is what the value 10, 20, 30 and this index is 0, 1, 2 and it is pointing here a underscore list is equal to this what it is pointing. Okay. Now if you say b underscore list is equal to a underscore list, it won't create separate physical memory that also starts pointing to the same physical location. Now a underscore list, b underscore list both are pointing to the same physical memory. As both are pointing to the same physical memory, if you change any one of thing, other thing is going to be impacted, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's what we are trying to confirm here. If you see both bolded same data first. I'm trying to change a underscore list to 40, then it came the 40. Now what are the items available in the b underscore list is question? That also will have same thing, right? Yes, that's what we are seeing. If I change one, other one also changing because both back end physically we have one location only. Okay. Now, what is the remedy for this? What is the solution for this? I don't want in this behavior. I want two separate physical memories has to be allocated.
Yes.
Two separate physical memories I want allocated. Then the way you are defining here, that you have to change it. How to change is just go and try to see the solution. We are defining here a underscore list is equal to this and b underscore list is equal to extra what I am using?
Okay.
List of function I am using. If I use list of function, for this it will be created here memory point as is 10, 20, 30 and this is 0 index, 1 index and second index. And whenever you say like this, now it won't use the a underscore list whatever we have the memory, it won't use it. It will go for one more list, it will go and it create the one more memory point we create for this 10, 20, 30 will be there with the index numbers as 1, 2, 3 respectively. Now both are having now different physical memories, right?
Yeah.
Only content is copied. Content as it is copied. I can say previous example is shortcut. We are experienced about the desktop shortcuts, right? That kind of thing. There is no physical memory for the shortcut. That will be pointing to the some physical memory, right?
Yeah.
This is both has different physical memories. In this case, if one item if I am changing, one object if I am changing, is it other object is going to be impacted?
Yeah.
No. That's what we are going to validate now. Let us go and try to validate it. So I am going for A underscore list, B underscore list, both having the same data. A underscore list, second item that is 30. 30 I am replacing with the 50. Second index I am changing. Then I am getting here A underscore list is equal to 10, 20, 50. What is the B underscore list values now?
It won't change.
That means what are the values? 10, 20, 30, right? That's what we are seeing is 10, 20, 30. That's what the memory allocations, what it happens. I think we are good with the list. We know defining a list with same data types, defining list with different data types, nested list, manipulating the list, and also remove items from the list, update items of the list, memory allocations, we are aware of it. More theoretical points you can refer from my notes. I may not be explained somewhat theory. So the theory is the matter for you, then you can go and you can refer from the notes, you can refer it. Are you getting my point? So if you go and try to see the notes, in the notes we are learned about these two things, data types and variables, and list we learned. Wherever theory is required, the theory points I might be given here, you can go and you can walk through it. And also each chapter ending, we are also providing here help documents. You can use that help documents also. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow.
Oh, I have a question here. Actually, how about the tuple and dictionary? We are not going to cover those.
That will come down the line. In one day, everything will not happen, right?
No, because in the syllabus it was not mentioned anywhere.
It is there. It is there, but not in the same place. Here we have the dictionary.
Dictionary, yeah.
Okay, here we have the tuple. So whenever the time is came, those things will come.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, thank you.